be comparing the old Kaiju Universe map with the brand new beta Kaiju Universe map. And overall today, just checking out what's new on the maps in Kaiju Universe. So first things first, it actually leads us to the main menu. If you click play, you can see all the places we have to spawn over here, such as Tokyo, Costa, Prom, Florida, Atlas, Arctic, and Pirate Island. If you remember before, I don't think we could spawn at the Arctic or Pirate Island. I could be wrong about the Arctic, but definitely not Pirate Island. We're gonna go ahead and go there first, because I know for a fact you could not ever spawn here. You basically had to spawn at Tokyo and then kind of just make your way swimming over here. And if you don't know what Pirate Island really is, there used to be a skull right here, basically letting you know that this is Skull Island. Don't know what Skull Island is, you might want to just look that one up. But yeah, a lot of people never really came over here because, you know, like I said, you had to spawn at Tokyo and then swim or fly, make your way all the way over here. So Skull Island, well, Pirate Island now, was basically just a giant ghost town. But now, maybe people do some battles and stuff over here. Maybe we hold some tournaments and things like that. But this is just the original map. What does it look like on the newer version? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is what it currently looks like. As you can see, it said Pirate Island at the top, but it spawned me here in the middle of the ocean and next to Atlas. So if we go towards Atlas and you fly all the way up into the sky, we reach Costa Serpe somehow. I don't think this is a very good indication of where you are currently. That's gonna have to change too. Like I said, this game is in massive beta. As you can see, we're just flying over Atlas at the moment. But Pirate Island, I'm not gonna be able to show you what it looks like in the new game because, well, I don't think it's here currently. Okay, let's try to do it one more time. We're spawning at Pirate Island right now. And look what happened. It kind of just spawned you in the middle of the ocean. So yeah, currently I don't think Pirate Island is a thing. There's Costa over there, and maybe Pirate Island is supposed to be here at some point. Currently, not in the game. Now, one thing that I can tell you definitely has changed is Costa Island over here. Costa Serpe, whatever you want to call it. It also used to be called something different. It wasn't always Costa, but as you can see, you know, we got a nice little city down here. This is on the original map, by the way, and, you know, we've got the original volcano. Is it anything crazy? Nah, not really. You know, it's just a volcano that if you make it to the top, you can see that it's got a nice little overflow of lava. Not even overflowing. You know, you could just chill here next to your small tree friend at the moment. Nothing else over here, though. You know, nothing too crazy. Like I said, this is the original Kaiju Universe map. So there wasn't a ton of detail, but if we go to the brand new map, you begin to realize that things quickly have taken a turn, and definitely for the better, in my opinion. Costa is a lot cooler on this map, you know, the new map, than the original map. And if we go over here to the volcano, this is 100% one of my favorite parts about the new map. So remember that tiny volcano I just showed you, right? That didn't really have much going on. Now we have the new volcano. And as you can see, there was just lava going everywhere, trickling down the volcano. You know, there's little pathways you can go through if you really wanted to. And if you go all the way to the top, it looks a lot cooler on the new map than what it does on the original map, at least in my opinion. If you like the old map, that's okay too. But for me, I mean, look at the look of this, brother. Let me go ahead and hit a roar in the middle of the volcano. I don't hear a roar. That still needs to be fixed as well. Beta, remember that, we're in beta mode. But I mean, overall, the Costa volcano in the new map versus the old map, I would pick the new map every day, just for this reason here. And of course, if you go all the way down here, this is where we're gonna hold our first tournament. We said that in the other video the other day. But this right here just looks like such a cool spot to have some kaiju battles. At the bottom of a volcano with giant lava pits, you know, spitting up lava and whatnot. And just the fact that it's all lava-y everywhere. I think it looks sick. So let me know what you think about that. I think that's going to be a pretty cool spot for the first tournament. But that's pretty much all for Costa as far as the volcano. We can go to the other side and show you the city. And as you saw the city in the first map's Costa, you know, it was kind of tiny. But over here in the new map, you have multiple areas. So you have this little spot here that somebody has been destroying buildings at. You know, you got a helicopter pads, you got Pirate Island. Okay, I'm not at Pirate Island. I don't know why that just popped up. But you also can fly right over here to the other side of the volcano. Not really the other side, just, you know, over here. A little extension of the city. And you get some other buildings, you know, and you get some kaijus fighting over here. You know, they're just kind of going at it at the moment. I don't want no smoke, big fella. So yeah, overall, I would say Costa in the new map, for me at least, it's definitely better than the original map. And now I know what you're thinking, Cappy, what about Tokyo? You know, this is a staple of Kaiju Universe. This is where a bunch of fights always took place. And really, this is where a lot of people hang out, you know, to battle, to, you know, make friends, whatever you're doing, to destroy buildings. This was the spot to do. And now, as you can see, the city is all lightened up and whatnot. We got some buildings over here throwing up some Roblox symbols and whatnot. but it doesn't look that detailed. Like, you can see the bridge at the moment. It just looks like a big block in the middle with, like, you know, a little road. You can tell what it is, though. We know that's a bridge. You got the buildings over here. When you destroy them, you know, they kind of just fall apart. They don't really, you know, do anything. They don't actually fall apart at all, really. If you hit them, they just kind of, you know, do what they normally did. They burn up a little bit. And then if you hit them one more time, then they basically disappear and change into a smaller one. But overall, man, this was just a beautiful place to be. Tokyo, like I said, this is a staple of Kaiju Universe. And now in the new map, I would still say it's a staple. Currently, we have some Kaijus, you know, destroying Tokyo and now fighting me. But as you can see, the buildings, okay, well, they're all destroyed. You can't really see anything yet. And I don't think we can have like a private server for Tokyo or for the new map currently. But I mean, you can even tell the difference. Like the bridge, for example, actually looks more like a bridge. Okay, really? My boy, quit shooting me. Like I was trying to say, the bridge looks more like a bridge. You got the road on both sides instead of just one little road. And, you know, the pillars, they just look even more detailed. And the fact that you can destroy the bridge still, right? Hold on, let me check that out. Actually haven't tried to destroy this bridge just yet. Maybe you can, hold up. So maybe that's a little down factor, because in the first map, you could destroy the map, or destroy the bridge at least. And now it doesn't look like you're able to. Let me know if somebody out there is able to destroy the bridge in the comments. It didn't happen for me. But you can see the buildings on the new map. So you see this building right here, right? If I hit it one time, you can see things actually start to fall apart now, rather than just, you know, transform into a smaller building. And if we hit it again, even more falls off, until ultimately we hit it so much that the building just kind of looks like what once was a building. I don't even know. It just kind of looks like some renderings of some buildings. Once again, we gotta remind you guys, this game is in beta, but I like where it's taken off so far. I mean, look at that. The building literally just collapsed when you hit it. So personally, for the nostalgia, obviously, we're gonna like the old Tokyo better. But just because of the buildings and the bridge look and everything, I would still like that bridge to be able to collapse when you hit it. But if you remember back, you know, on the OG Kaiju Universe, at the very beginning, you couldn't destroy that bridge. That came later on in the game. So maybe that's what's gonna happen with the new Tokyo as well. Overall, though, let me know what you think. Do you like the old Tokyo better? Do you like the new Tokyo better? Just because of the buildings, I think I do like the new Tokyo a little bit better. It's gonna be a little more satisfying to destroy buildings. Now, what about a place that isn't even included on the old map? This is the new Hong Kong City, which is about 1,700 miles away from Tokyo in real life. But in the game, it's about a 2-minute flight. Now, over here, a bunch of cool things happen. If you actually start destroying buildings and destroy enough of them, I don't know if it's working right now, but in the first time we played this game on our Kaiju is Back video, if you saw, there was a bunch of military, you know, fighting us right here. There was a bunch of tanks and whatnot. And actually, if you destroy enough buildings and do enough damage to the city, that's when the military will actually show up. So I know this is an old map versus a new map comparison video, but I did want to show also that Hong Kong, even, you know, not the old map, but on the new map, I think it's super cool. And the fact that you can fight the military with the Kaiju, that's another super cool thing to do as well. Like I said, currently it's not working. I think maybe there's a bug going on or something like that. But if you ever want to fight the military, maybe after next update when they, you know, fix that bug, just destroy a bunch of buildings and you will fight the Hong Kong military. Now, the other side of the city over here, you also have more buildings that you can destroy. And if you didn't know, there is a challenge, a weekly challenge right now to destroy like 10,000 buildings. I think Hong Kong is the place to do it. I know we were just talking about Tokyo being a nice place to destroy buildings, but Hong Kong, bro, it has so many buildings. Also, imagine being in like Hong Kong or anywhere that has a place like this, with a Kaiju just walking through, destroying every building. Like, you couldn't have an apartment or anything, bro. Massive is just gonna body everything. All right, now that we've destroyed Hong Kong, let's go ahead and hop over to something that's on both a new map and old map, which is the Arctic over here. Now, if you remember earlier, I mentioned that this wasn't even a spawn point. I'm pretty sure you could never actually spawn here. You had to spawn at, like, you know, Spawn Island and then swim over here or something like that. I'm almost positive. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. And also, remember, we used to have like events in here. So there's a giant cave entrance right here. That's where we had like the Cleric Mudo battles and, you know, stuff like that. And also a little Easter egg, just in case there's some new KU players. If you go all the way to the top of this mountain over here, you can see there's a golden tree at the very top. If you click it, I don't know if you still get like a badge or anything. You used to. But yeah, that's a little Easter egg. Just a giant gold tree on a giant frosty mountain. But yeah, this is Arctic. I mean, the Arctic isn't anything crazy. You can go down here and it does have one building, whatever this is right here. But as you can see, that's kind of the only building we have over here. This place wasn't meant to house a bunch of people or anything like that. It's just meant to be like a frozen wasteland and maybe house some giant kaijus in the side of this mountain. There's also like a little spot right here where, you know, if you go all the way down, you can, well, you get stopped. I thought you could go in the water, but it's kind of just frozen right here. And now something that's interesting, if you look on here, it's not called the Arctic anymore. It's called Frostheim. We're gonna go ahead and spawn there. Basically the Arctic though. So new name and an all new look. For the most part, you can see that it's still all snowy, still all frozen and whatnot, but there is a big difference when it comes to like openness. As you guys know, the new map, the new Kaiju Universe map, is absolutely ginormous. So earlier when I said we could have fights at that one spot at the volcano, you could easily have like an ice fight over here in the Arctic, aka Frostheim. And if you go in the mountain right here, follow where I just went, you've got a giant pathway down to the water, and well, just like in the Arctic, a nice little throwback there. It's frozen here as well. You can't go anywhere. So I don't suggest going down there if you have a kaiju that can't fly because, well, you won't be able to get out of there. There's also another little spot if you get out of there. There is one right here as well, which isn't water. It's just another frozen spot. And if you keep vibing out of that spot right there, you will end up getting out of the cave here. So basically, you know, it's a nice little cave. Like I said, if you have a kaiju that can't fly, I wouldn't go in there. You'll just get trapped. And now, what about the very tip top of Frostheim? Does it still have the golden tree at the top, or does it not? Ladies and gentlemen, it has something. I don't know. It might be a golden tree, but it is like a little throwback to the old map. It's like a golden spike out of the mountain. Maybe in later updates, we see that there's going to be a giant golden tree. Maybe it's just growing or something like that. I like that little addition. You know, it's a little bit of a throwback to the old map. And by the way, while you're up here, look at Frostheim. Look how big it is over here, man. Imagine trying to play hide and seek in a place like this. It would be absolutely ridiculous trying to find somebody. And honestly, that might be a pretty good video as well. We might be doing some hide and seeks on like different areas of the map. Let me know if you would like to see that in the comments. All right, we're gonna speed the last few up here so it isn't like an hour-long video for you guys. But as you can see on the original map, we have Florida, the Sunshine Haven over here. And as you can see, there's actual buildings. There's an island. Is it huge? No. Like, Florida should obviously be a little bigger, but it's a video game. So Florida right now, looking how it should look in Kaiju Universe as it always has looked. It looks kind of nice. You know, an island that you can destroy some buildings, do a little bit of a battle, lads. But if we go to the new island and go to Florida, you basically don't have a Florida. Just so you guys know I'm not lying, I'm gonna spawn literally, you saw me click Florida, right? We're gonna talk through this. We're gonna wait until this loads all the way up. And we're gonna see where it spawns me. Maybe they've changed it. But the last time I tried to do this, it spawned me in the ocean. And yep, whoop, there you go. I don't think there is a Florida or a pirate island at the moment. As you can see, we are just currently in the middle of the ocean. I think Pirate Island was sank, and just as well as Florida, both of them were sank. So maybe we get an update where both of them are back, but currently, yeah, Florida and Pirate Island, basically just the ocean. Maybe I've been tripping also, and like Pirate Island and Florida are actually in the ocean. If you guys have seen that, let me know in the comments, but right now, I don't think I'm gonna explore the ocean. There's a lot underneath this water. Now, a couple more places we have to go to see the changes and whatnot. We have Atlas, which is, this is the old map. The OG Kaiju Universe map. Always thought this spot was pretty cool. This is where we used to hold tournaments. You can see we've got the waterfalls going on both sides. We've got Mothra's egg in this cave over here, which actually is not in the cave anymore. I don't know where Mothra's egg went, but it's not there anymore. OGs know it used to be there, though. You can go in here. You can see a bunch of, like, skull and bones and whatnot. And that was pretty much it. You know, nothing too crazy or anything like that. This was our spawn island, man. Atlas, this is where we were from. And now, if we spawn over here at Atlas Island, you can see a bunch has changed. It's basically just all open mountains. Kind of just reminds me of Arctic if all of the ice was melted. Nothing kind of crazy over here either. There's this thing on the side of the mountain. Not sure what that is. I don't really think that's supposed to be there. Speaking of something that's not supposed to be there, I'll show it in a minute. But you can see there's a waterfall right here, kind of reminiscing on what we had on the old map. And there's some, you know, nice little pathways where you could fly and make a nice little cinematic scene out of if you would like to. But let me show you guys something that I don't think is supposed to be here. When I was flying around earlier, I kind of noticed it. Let me get to that island over there for Atlas. And if you ever want to find it for whatever reason, it's literally right. So you see Tokyo right here, right? If you turn this way and you go up the mountain and you keep on going, look what you'll find. You'll literally see a building that's sticking out. Like, there's no way somebody lives in that. I don't think that's supposed to be here, but you can destroy it. So if you didn't know, now you know. Now, as I've said earlier, and as I've said a lot, this map is completely beta. So you can't really take anything as like a set game. Right now, this is what we got to play with, and I think, honestly, it's pretty cool. So let me know what you think about Atlas. Like I said, there's not much that it has changed. It's just more mountains and stuff like that. There's no Mothra egg or anything that I've seen, at least. And as far as caves, I don't see many of those in. And as far as caves, I don't see many of those either. But you do have those passageways with the, with the waterfalls and whatnot. So I think that's a pretty cool little addition as well. And look at this. I mean, if you fly through, like I said, for like cinematic shots, anything like that, if you're a cinematic creator, this is the spot for you. Atlas is like Entertainment Island. Now, we done switched up kaijus for a minute, but it's kind of just to show that there's prom on the OG map. But I don't think there's a prom on the new map. This was a city where not a lot of people really went to. Maybe that's why it got taken off. I think it was kind of replaced with Hong Kong. But yeah, this is on the new... But yeah, this little island right here, this was on the old map. And if we go ahead and, go to the new map, I can show you that even when you click play over here and go to try to find it, you can see we've got Tokyo, Costa, Frostheim, Florida, Atlas, Hong Kong, and Pirate Island. You don't see prom anymore. It was probably replaced with like Hong Kong or something. But to be honest with you, I would take Hong Kong over prom every single day of the week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like prom better? Do you like Hong Kong? I'm picking Hong Kong. Now, maybe one day we explore the entire ocean and what it has to offer, but currently, I don't think we're gonna do that, man. That would be way too long of a video. I mean, there's so much ocean to explore on this game, it's kind of insane. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video on the entire ocean. For right now, though, that is gonna be the end of this video. Which one do you like better, the old map or the new map? Currently, like I said, it's in beta, so relax on the new map. I will see you guys tomorrow, though. Thank you for watching. I love y'all. Goodbye.
I got a new fashion. This is a new day. Look at your boot cap. Riding a new wave. Look at my wrist. Let us say